Hi, this is Sam Bingham, Operations Manager with Marc Properties at Exit First Realty. I am joined here today with Bryan Tubbs, a wonderful realtor with Exit First Realty. And today we're going to chat a little bit about Bryan's journey and why he chose Exit and how he's going to grow with us. Thanks for being with me, Bryan. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell me a little bit first about what you did before you got into real estate. What did your life look like?
I went to college. This is actually the only profession that I had right out of college. I went to college and then decided when I got out that I just wanted to give it a whirl and get my real estate license to figure out what I was going to do. And it took off from there.
That's great. So I know you were with a bunch of different, not a bunch. You weren't with Exit when you got out. Where did you start and what did your life look like in real estate before you joined Exit?
I started with just like most people, at the time, the internet was not huge as far as taking classes online. So I took it in person and I joined a firm that I took the class with. So it was a large regional firm. And just I just got in there and started doing what I didn't interview with any other firms at all.
Right.
I just strictly went in there and did what I went with who helped me get my license.
Sure. And I think a lot of agents are in that same boat. When was the point where you thought maybe that brokerage wasn't the right fit for you and you started exploring other options?
My wife got transferred to Roanoke, Virginia. So at that point, it was, the market was declining a little bit during that time. This was in 08, 09. So it was starting the downtrend of the recession we had. So we moved to Smith Mountain Lake, and I joined a brokerage there. Started basically all over from scratch again. Joined a mega team. Because I didn't know anybody.
Right.
Everybody there. So I needed someone to kind of help me start over again.
So what do you think was the biggest challenge you faced when you first got into real estate? Not necessarily with Exit, but when you first got into real estate?
The training. I'm actually still very close friends with the brokers that hired me, they're very good at what they did, but we had about 100 agents, so that the training just wasn't there. The consistent training. There's a lot of brokerages out there that'll throw you in there and give you a 4 or 5 week, blitz training.
Right.
Nothing after that.
Right.
So that was the biggest challenge. I was kind of learning on my own. I had no one. I had them to go to, but I had a million questions.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't want to bombard them with a million questions, so I made a lot of mistakes and learned the hard way.
Yeah. So at what point in your career did you think that you wanted to look at something else, and then you saw Exit as an opportunity?
I ended up moving back to Richmond in 2014. And again, just joined a firm there. I'd always heard of Exit. I'd always heard of kind of the reputation they had. I just never jumped in and talked with them. And I'd heard that it was kind of a mix. It wasn't a huge brokerage, but it was big enough to to support what I wanted, to have the branding that I wanted, but also it was small enough where it was a family-oriented kind of atmosphere. So I was kind of looking for both. I didn't want a brokerage that had 5,000 agents.
Right.
I didn't want to be a number. I wanted to be able to go in there. I wanted to be able to talk to people if I needed training, if I needed help. I wanted, I didn't want to feel like I was burdening anybody. So that's what made me kind of initially come talk to Exit.
And I think to that point, do you think that having that conversation with Marc and with, the other brokers here at Exit, do you think that that was something that really made you come on board, was the kind of family atmosphere or the training that we offer?
Of course, it was definitely something that intrigued me. And, but like we've discussed, I've been with other brokerages. I've been promised or told that this is how things are going to be. And then you get in there and that's not how it is.
Right.
So, I was ready for a change, and, Marc and the other brokers here are great. And they told me that this is kind of how we operate. This is what we do. And I figured I would just, okay, hey, I'll give it a whirl. And it's in all honesty, in my career, probably the best decision I made.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. I mean, I think a lot of agents that I talk to, and a lot of agents that may be watching this are struggling with the same kind of thing. They perhaps are with a brokerage where they were promised a lot, or they were given a lot of initial training, but there's not a lot of follow-up or not a lot of opportunities for growth and how to get to that next level. And so that's something that I know we as a company have tried to focus really hard on, and you've been great about helping us implement that. You're moving into more of a leadership role now, getting your broker's license and stuff. So I think I'm glad to see you say that, because I think that's what we try and strive for, and we're always trying to get better every day. So on that same note, what specific systems do you think that Exit provides that you learned here that have helped you improve your business or go to that next level that you want to go to?
The biggest thing for me, given, I've been doing this is 16 years now, is the coaching, the constant just ability to ask questions to, we have a mastermind, we have, coaching call every day where, the brokers are on there and you can ask questions, and you can pretty much go at your own speed. There's some places that it's, hey, you have to do it our way or the highway.
Right.
And one thing I love is that it's, you go at your pace. If you want to go slow, everyone will guide you on how to go slow. If you want to go fast, we'll do our best to guide you on how to go fast. So the coaching aspect of it is very important to me. And that was probably the biggest thing that led me here. Was just a constant, you always got to get better no matter what. So,
right. Yeah. I mean, I think you hit it right there. You always have to get better. And we believe as a company, as a management team, we're always trying to get better. We're always trying to involve new systems and new training and new coaching opportunities to make sure our agents are getting better and are getting to that level where they want to be, no matter what that is. I think if you want to be a super amazing rock star agent selling 300 homes a year, we can make you and get to that point. If you want to be part-time and you want to just make enough money to where you have some great passive income, we can do that too. I love that you see the vision in that, because that's something that we really strive for. What do you think you would tell other agents who maybe are struggling to get to that next level or having an issue? What would you tell them about Exit and why they should have a conversation with us?
There's so many just, the atmosphere here, one is great. And you got to surround yourself around people that, are kind of like-minded like you. And there's always people that are here that you're going to be like-minded with. So if the systems here are great. I mean, there's tons of stuff that, I'll be in all honesty, I don't utilize everything that I probably should. With the CRMs that we have, with, just all the trainings with the constant trainings. I mean, all that stuff makes you better. And, these, to get to that next level, it comes with obviously experience, but you got to have the training to be able to implement it when you get out. And you can't tell everyone or train everyone exactly kind of what's going to happen out there, but because we still come up with things that we're like, wow, we've never seen this.
Right.
And, I still come across things in 16 years and I'm like, wow, this has never happened to me. Not many things, but it still does happen. So we can kind of let agents know kind of what has happened. There's so many experienced agents here, so many people that have been doing it for a while that, we can try and put you in a situation and tell you kind of how to get through it. So where when you get into it, you know what to do.
Right.
And that's one big thing. And then utilize the trainings, utilize all the stuff that'll get you to the next step. And the coaching and just being around. It's because it is a great business.
Yeah, I mean, I think you bring up a lot of really valuable points, and something that we offer that I think is unique is daily coaching. So a lot of what we do is literally open forum. What sales situations are you dealing with right now that you need help with? And I think there are a lot of agents, like you mentioned, that are, doing well and they're successful, but they don't necessarily have a place that they can turn to with a group of other people with other experience levels that they can say, hey, I just came across this. I've never come across this before. Have any of you guys heard of it? Or how can we navigate this together? And that's something that's very unique to us that I think is really beneficial for agents to hear. And I'm glad you brought that up, because somebody with your experience level, I think it's very valid and important that you recognize that there are still things that you're learning every day, and you're with a brokerage that can help you manage those hurdles, if you will.
And especially in this tough market that we're in right now, being able to collaborate with, everybody on a daily basis, with the coaching calls and the brokers and the masterminds and being in the office, it's tough to get some things in their contract.
Yeah.
So discussing what we can do to do that, to help our clients out to achieve their goals, is very beneficial. It's extremely beneficial, and it's it's won several agents in here a couple contracts. Just being able to, okay, hey, I did this and this, we were able to get our clients this house, and so the other agent would do it, and it's things like that. Being able to constantly have that the ability to talk to it and don't feel like you're on an island. Sometimes as a realtor, you feel like you're on an island, you don't know what to do next. And just being around, and these coaching calls just seem to really, really motivate you.
Yeah, I think that's such a wonderful point. What do you think, since joining Exit, what do you think that you're able to do now that you weren't able to do before when you were, I know you're at a different point in your business right now. You're not necessarily as sales focused as you used to be. I know you're trying to focus more on getting into the management side of things and stuff like that. But what do you think, just when you started with Exit, that wasn't necessarily where you were at? So what do you think you could do now being with Exit that you weren't able to do before?
Well, Exit has certainly helped me grow, not just in my profession, but just, all around as a person, to try and be, a better father, better person, better, so, and that's what, our coaching is geared towards, the real estate part of it, but it's also geared towards, okay, hey, in general, let's just be a better person. So, I know that's not, real estate driven, but for me personally, that's one thing that I'm very excited that I came here for that reason. Like, that was the gratification to be here and just to be better. Like, that's just being better.
No, I think that's totally valid. And I think so frequently, agents or companies talk about how to be successful in real estate, but they don't teach you how to skills that maybe translate to your personal life as well. And I think that particularly our office and our team really believes, and Exit in general believes, in a very strong, holistic way of dealing with real estate as a career. We have mindset training, which is a big thing that's offered by Exit Realty Corporate, that honestly deals with how to make sure you're mentally healthy, and how the coaching and the systems that we offer can be implemented not just in your business, but how can they make your life better. So I think that's a huge thing that we offer, and I'm so glad you touched on that.
And we, not just obviously Exit Corporate offers a lot of that stuff, on a daily basis, including our office. And that is huge, because this business can knock you down. It can mentally knock you down. So as long as you are focused, even if you lose a little bit of focus, having people around, having the training around, having people that have been around and been through it to get you through, like, okay, hey, I'll be all right. I will be all right. I will get through this. So, and that's not, when I say trainings, that's training to me. You're training your mind to be able to deal with the ups and downs of the real estate, because I don't care who you are in this business, you will have ups and downs, and you will have points where you sometimes want to walk away. And I've had several of those moments in the 16 years, but I've never felt the way I do here. Like I've not had, I'm not gonna say I haven't had those moments, because you have them all the time, but it's very far and few between, because my mindset is totally different here because of the constant just collaboration. I mean, that means something.
It does. And I think we all have those moments. This business, like you said, can really get to a point where it's stressful and it's hard, but it's so important to have a family or a team to lean into that can help you get through that. And I think I'm glad that you're a part of that. And I'm glad that you see that, because that's something that we really strive for. So that's great. So looking into the future, how do you think we as a, company and we as an organization are growing that, and where do you see the vision for agents being successful in the future?
I mean, we have a lot of different opportunities as far as kind of where we're going. We have agents that are kind of starting their own teams or small teams. And obviously teams are a big thing right now. We kind of, we're an independent brokerage. We're not a team per se, but we kind of almost operate like a team, which is a little bit different. Again, touching on the fact that most realtors, if you're not on a team, you feel like you're kind of on an island.
Right.
So I know we are, I see the vision of just being a huge kind of mega team with a bunch of independent agents. I mean, that's kind of where I look at it, because we have the trainings, the weekly trainings, aside from the coaching calls and the masterminds and stuff like that. I mean, we're constantly learning. So that's we have the ability to, I know a lot of brokerages don't maybe jump into or don't allow their independent agents. Let's face it, we're all independent contractors.
Right.
So they don't allow their agents to benefit from internet leads or any kind of leads like that, where, we have the ability to provide leads to agents. So I see a huge growth about to happen with us, because of what we offer. Exit is great, and it's I can't express enough the trainings and just the people around that can help you grow. And I see a very bright future here.
Yeah. And I see that too. And I think we're thankful that you're a part of it as well, because your experience that, brings that to us. And the more people we can align ourselves with that have that same goal and sharing that same vision, I think is super important. So, I think that's all the questions I have right now. If any agent watching this, or anybody that's maybe interested in learning more, discussing their options, how can they get a hold of you?
Obviously you can reach me on my cell phone, 804-338-8365, or you can reach me email, Bryan, Bryan, at Marcs, MARCS homes.net. I'll would be happy to discuss anything with anybody, kind of go even a little more depth about, where I've been and what I've kind of been through. One thing we didn't touch on is I did manage a mega team. So I've been around a bunch of different teams, a bunch of different atmospheres. So if anyone would love to sit down and talk and pick my brain, I'll be more than happy to discuss anything with you guys.
I really appreciate your time today, Bryan. Again, I am Sam Bingham, Operations Manager with Marc Properties at Exit First Realty. And I've been chatting with Bryan Tubbs, who's Realtor and future Associate Broker with Exit First Realty. And I appreciate your time. And remember, it's not the market, it's the marketing that makes a difference. Thanks a lot, Bryan.
Thanks, Sam.